quite a few times on this marathon. Basically half of the leaderboards appeared in this game and played this, and I'm like the third person to play this, so there we go. I'll be playing this on easy mode, and that category has also been done before, but it's the only category I know. It's been a fun game to run so far. We'll just see how it treats us, so I'm just gonna check my difficulty. It says easy, so it sounds good. Right, getting ready. Time start. I'm just gonna start the timer, but there's a countdown anyway, so let's go. So yeah, this is basically the first 3 movies of Indiana Jones. Starting off with Raiders of the Lost Ark. You obviously have a whip, and you also have grenades. What we'll be doing most of this run is we will be rolling a lot, because rolling does speed you up, so that's pretty cool. And we will also use our other items, like the grenade we'll use to clear out fields with lots of enemies and such. I could have used a grenade over there actually, oh well. And of course you start with the search for the golden idol. We go through this cave. It's sort of closely approximating the movie, not exactly, but it's more like focusing on the action-like sequences. And so we go through this whole stage with lots of obstacles, some walls of spikes emerging, long rolls such as this. Sometimes you see enemies appear in certain spots and they won't appear in others. That's a funny thing, but you'll see that more of that later as well. But yeah, that was the first level. Not too bad overall. And in between you see cutscenes. In this case you see Indy take the golden idol, and what do you know, we are being chased by a boulder, the biggest of pebbles. There it is. So this is sort of like no, it's not quite an auto-scroller, but it has something resembling that, I guess. And you see this boulder roll up and down with incredible ease. Gravity is a thing apparently. I just have to make sure that I'm outrunning this huge boulder, and of course there's lots more obstacles along the way, and the thing is I just try to jump here and there just to keep up the speed. I did test it earlier this week. You can actually keep running and you still won't get hit by the boulder, although it seems like it would be quite a threat. It would catch up on you, but it's fine, it's fine. This game is made by the way, by Factor 5. They also made the Turrican games, so they got some history there. Auto roller, basically. Exactly. So yeah, that was our adventures in the cave.
Let's go.
We now head over to Nepal. It's a lot more snowy. Suddenly there's no music. You know, it's you know, very snowy hills. And you'll see me push or punch these crates, and that's another thing we'll be doing quite frequently in this game, much later on. Also, we sometimes employ these forward boosts in order to make sure that we keep up a certain momentum. And also these snowballs, we try to jump over them. They tend to be very bouncy here, so if you get hit by them, the knockback is pretty real. So I try to be careful there. See? Oh, there's a wolf that's appearing over there. That does happen sometimes. And the funny thing is that this level has like 2 alternate exits, and this is the one that I usually take because it's faster. A couple of rolls later. Turrican indeed. Ingama Jones, exactly.
Let's go.
That's a reference to my upcoming game. Okay, so now we're in the Ravenwood Bar, which is a really big bar, and surprise, surprise, it's being set on fire. So, you know, that's how you know that's this big of a bar. Everything's made from wood. There's burning pieces of wood here and there, and floors collapsing. So you have to be careful for that for sure. This one too. Oh, that was pretty close. I usually try for that anyway. Let's see. Let's push it a bit too far. I usually wind up adjusting this crate. I try to push it far enough that I can still reach over there instantly, but it takes some effort sometimes. Okay, now we fight our first mini-boss, I guess, Arnold Todt. We throw a grenade in the beginning so we can sort of speed up the cycle. Otherwise, it remains to be seen if you get an extra cycle or not, but this was pretty good. Yeah, the visuals are pretty similar to the SNES Star Wars games. There's some similarities there. Alright, so now Indy and Marion head off to Cairo. Of course, you only play with Indy, but... Oh. That's also a thing with this game, by the way. If you roll into enemies, sometimes you get bounced around like it's nothing. It's so weird. There's some weird physics in this game. But yeah, we roll around a lot. There's a lot of parkour here. And lots of fannings that we jump from. Baskets that we have to push. You know, we do a lot of work here. Also monkeys. And they tend to throw things at us. Because why not? Why not? Okay, this one I'm gonna push over here. You see these pegs or these things in the wall? Oh god, I didn't swing for too long. I'm gonna try it again. Let's see. There we go, second try. Okay, that can be a thing sometimes. It's okay. Let's see, gonna roll over here. Now we have a couple of baskets that we have to punch off higher walls. So it's like this. Ah. So I think something got killed. Everything that's getting killed, by the way, erupts into fire somehow. I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna see if I can get up this awning. Nice. That's a bit of a strat. I usually wind up missing that, so you really have to delay your, you know what. So this part is actually true to the movie. It's literally one shot. They shot above in this game. Well, no, this is the original trilogy. Holy hand grenade. Alright, and who's ready for some wagon action? Because we're gonna roll onto this wagon, which we're not supposed to do. We're supposed to catch up and shoot from behind, I guess, and not get on here until later, but we can get on there like right away, just roll onto it. And then we fight this bald dude, who we tried to punch a couple times, and hopefully he doesn't punch me, and otherwise it's gonna be very scary. Oh, come on. Oh, this is bad. Ah, damn. If you miss a cycle, it's unfortunate. It can happen. I'll try it again. +1 fire damage, exactly. It does some special strats, for sure. Ah. Oh. I've not missed this in quite a while. Okay, let's try this again. At least I'm not gonna PB in this run. That's for sure. Let's try it again. There we go. Second try. For some reason it always happens then, but you never know. I'm trying to think what actually happened in the movie. It's been a while since I've seen it. I mean, I do remember enough about it, but I'm probably more familiar with the later movies than with Raiders, to be honest. So, even though I've seen all of 3 of them several times, so I should know by any means, but yeah. Okay, back to Cairo. It's nighttime suddenly, and it's quite beautiful. There's the moon out there. It's sort of like, almost like an extension of the previous level. Just a little bit more time spent here. So let's see. This one we need to push a little bit over here. Here's some funny, hello? Some funny whipping strats that didn't quite go according to plan, but there we go. I sort of like instantly canceled that somehow. Okay, I was gonna roll underneath here, but oh my god. Well, Raider, please. Oh yeah, you don't instantly get a whip from there. That's true. I find that as soon as I have to start from a checkpoint from here, it tends to be quite a bit tougher to get through this. I'm gonna try my best though. I've been doing this a couple of times, so it should be fine. I mean, the level is almost over. Flashing warning, by the way. grenades at dark tend to give off a lot of light, so gotta be careful of that. Indiana kart racer.
Let's go.
Alright, we're slowly making our way to the dig site. First gonna throw a grenade for the, you know, because why not? This level is not super eventful necessarily, there's mostly minecarts, there's some jerkbirds. They're not nearly as jerkbirdy here as they will be later on, so you might see an example of that, hopefully not. There we go. Just try to avoid everything here. Do all the rolls. We got this. Alright, that brings us into the Well of Souls. Gonna be some levels we're surrounded by snakes. And in the second part of this section, there's gonna be a floor skip, so you will see that eventually. First, we're gonna jump over snake pits. If you run into this... hello? There we go. Wow. Okay, that took a while. The amount of hits that you have to deal to enemies is not always consistent. It tends to vary for some reason sometimes. It really depends, but normally speaking, most enemies take one hit before they die. And that's on easy mode. Like on normal mode and hard mode, there's a difference in that they tend to have more hit points, and there's a couple of other differences there. Alright, here's a bit of a tricky part. I'm gonna see if I can jump over these pits, because these are some relatively tight jumps, but that seems to be good. Gonna try this. There we go. So now we found the Ark. Yay! We're done with the movie. Let's go. Okay, we're not. Of course we're not. I mean, we're only this far in. They're like, oh, you found the Ark. Nice. Well, enjoy your stay. Extended stay in the Well of Souls. So we get more snakes. So in this level is a floor skip that I'm gonna try and do. It will be happening later on. First we're gonna do some platforming here. This is the first instance of me doing double jumps, and if I do a double jump I actually gain a little bit of height, so that's useful in certain areas. Also over here, and over here too. Let's see. Okay, I'm gonna set up a visual cue here, see if I can do this. This, roll here, jump here, and not quite. Let's see if I can do it this way. Okay, not quite. It's unfortunate. I was gonna do a floor skip there, but it's precise to be sure. I had a bit of a visual cue there that made it a bit more reliable for me, where I did a roll and then jump at certain visual cues, but I didn't quite get it. So that would have saved you at least 10 seconds, if so, but kind of depends how long it takes. Alright, but we made it out of the Well of Souls. Hooray!
Let's go.
Okay, and this is the level with all of the jerkbirds. So I've approached this as to how I'm gonna roll through this level, basically. So I'm gonna roll some, I'm gonna throw some grenades. A lot of these birds carry rocks for some reason, and as you would expect, that will be not so great for Indy if he gets hit by them most of the time. That was actually pretty close. This one we could jump over, thankfully. But yeah, this has been the source of a lot of resets for me personally. So it's always nice when this goes better than that. And this is the final level already of this movie, at least. So we fight Belloc, and this is the Ark. It's kind of funny, it's not true to the movie because you're not supposed to look at anything, because looking at anything here just kills you, so... Yeah, it's not exactly what Indy does here, but we have to see where Belloc is, of course. Anyway, that was Race of the Lost Ark. Jerkbird's the movie, the game, the level, exactly. Alright, so Raiders is actually the longest movie in this game. All of the subsequent movies will be gradually shorter, so Temp of Doom is like the middle length, the middle one in terms of length. And it starts off in this bar, and well, you might know this from the opening scene. And there's crosshairs, and you have to make sure to outrun them. Let's see, throw a grenade here and there. Let's see, and it can be tricky sometimes. I've lost some runs to this as well because I wouldn't roll quite according to plan. But we made it. We found
Let's go.
the anti-poison, I guess. And now we're on to the Shanghai streets, or I guess the awnings, because we're basically trying not to land on the street. Just go from rooftop to rooftop. There's an actual rooftop skip later on as well that I'm gonna try. And it's coming right up, so I'm gonna see if I can get that. Let's see. I got it. Nice. So there's some nice things about it. You obviously save time, but also you get this grenade, which I'm gonna use in one of the future levels, because grenades carry over from level to level. That's pretty cool. So as you saw, I didn't even hit the streets whatsoever. Now, of course, we take off by plane, and then stuff happens, and we have to leave the plane, and we're in this rubber boat, and we're heading down this mountain. And now we get the first Mode 7 sequence, where we basically try to stay alive and not get hit by anything. There's trees and rocks that can hit you. If you hit anything, it doesn't insta-kill you or anything, but for the sake of the speedrun, we try not to hit anything. So you just have to slalom across everything and just hope not to, you know, somehow land into anything. There's no real way to save time either, actually, so we just have to do this for a bit. So yeah, enjoy the views. I don't actually know exactly where everything will appear. It also feels kind of random. Like you always have so many sprites on screen, and you're just trying to navigate. You would imagine doing this blind, it would be quite something. See, I think there's one more. Going by the musical cue, this is basically the last one. The funny thing is, if you accidentally bounce in the right spot, you can actually go beyond this gap. But there will be nothing there, no sprites whatsoever.
Let's go.
So this brings us to Panka Palace, and this is a memorable scene where we hide behind statues. It's a sort of small maze-like level. It's not too difficult in that sense, but we just have to hide behind certain statues from certain spots. And now use these two grenades to deal with these next two rooms, where we take out all the enemies that we see as we arrive there. So, gonna jump from this side, do it again in the next room. Grenade thrown, and takes out both of them. If I'll only have one grenade, like if I would have missed the rooftop skip, I could still at least do that. So I could save it for that room because there's two there. Helps a little bit more. Okay, and now the Temp of Doom. This is gonna be quite an interesting part because we'll be doing a lot of damage boosting through lava. Just basically floors, lava, you know the deal. Just gonna see how the street says. See, there we go. Usually takes 2 hits. We roll down here, and here we go. Let's see how this goes. That's good. That was a tiny hit there. Okay, I think I should be good though. I'll be keeping this health. Throw a grenade. So, oh, that was interesting. Oh no, damn, that was that was unfortunate. As soon as you take a hit somewhere, or as soon as you die somewhere, it does cost a lot of time. So yeah, I've had a run recently where I nearly PB'd, and I died basically shortly before the finale, and I lost like 30 seconds from that death alone. So that was really unfortunate. But that's how this game goes. This game can be very trolly in that sense. Even when you try harder, it can be going places, for sure. Let's see. Okay, at least we made it through that first part. And I must say the previous part almost went right, but yeah, there's a couple of things that were issues, I guess, but see, there we go. Gonna take some safeties here. I'm a bit low in health, but this was just too much. Oh. Okay. The funny thing is, if you get hit by those rocks from above, you have a chance that you still wind up getting bounced around and such. So you have to watch out for that too.
Let's go.
Okay. You can also jump over enemies. How about that? Okay, so I'm gonna use a grenade here. There's two enemies above and right in front of me, so just gonna make that a bit easier for ourselves. See, that's what I mean. So sometimes you just get bounced around like that, but that also goes for enemies, as you may have seen before. See? For some reason I have to do a double jump here, because this is a little bit too high for me to reach normally. See? Yeah, we swing to the other side. So now this part can be dangerous too, because this these pieces of rock are scattering all over the place for some reason, and that makes it especially tough if you're low in health. So this can also be quite the run killer. See, it should be fine though. Just gonna throw this one here. Gonna throw another one over here for all of these bats over here. Because there's a lot of them grouping up together at the end for some reason, but yep, that's a roll, and there we go. And now it's time for another Mode 7 level. We're in a minecart, just like in the movie. And as you would expect, we're surrounded by lava, and we have to hit these switches. We only have to hit them once, but yes, you sort of have to juggle hitting these minecarts and hitting the switch right on time, so you don't go off track. That was that was pretty close. I basically tried to hit them not exactly on the sprite, but sort of underneath it, because the hitbox is a bit weird on those switches, I found. And yeah, that way I've been able to deal with it better. So I basically hit them down below there, and that somehow does the trick. I don't know why, but... Yeah, this is again one of those levels that you can't really speed up otherwise. You just have to not die. That's basically it. I do remember this scene from the movies. Temp of Doom is actually the first Indiana Jones movie I watched, and I think it's been my favorite because of that reason, really. And I'm pretty sure I played the second or third game after having played this game, so this is like an introduction for those two movies for me personally. Alright, that's the end of the level, and now we have to exit through the lava. Don't ask me how, but that's what I do. And now we fight with this final fight on the bridge. We fight Moloram. It's gonna be another boss fight. Pretty small one, basically. Just a couple of hits here. It's gonna damage boost. Stay there. The bridge collapses, so you have to watch out for that. And that's the end of the Temple of Doom. So we're now heading into the final movie, which is of course Last Crusade, the final movie of the original trilogy. And this starts off in Venice, in the sewers of Venice. I've been to Venice once, but I've never been to the sewers. Well, you get to see what it's like. It's another level where you don't really have any music whatsoever, but you have... Okay, that was good. Wait, how are there so many? I think I miscounted. You basically have to watch for audio cues, because that's when this huge wave of fire will appear. So, here's another one. There we go. I suspect that I had one too many somehow, and it triggered one too many. It's very well possible. So if you want to save time here, you can actually hide on some of these smaller gaps as well, but that's one on my to-do list basically with this speedrun. I'm gonna optimize that still. The world record currently does that. The world record currently is at just under 28 minutes, and that's a really good run actually. It's very optimized in many ways. Alright, so those were the sewers. And now of course we find some things, and normally this is a boat scene afterwards in the movies, but somehow they didn't translate that into the game. It would have made for a pretty neat level of its own, I think, but I guess they had reasons not to do it. Anyway, we're now traveling to this castle, as you know, from the movie itself, and we're now gonna find our dad, who supposedly hides out here. We have to deal with some more bold dudes who are very strong, so better watch out, of course. And we try to damage boost past most of these soldiers. Try to get some good cycles, like this one. A lot of the enemies here seem to be very well camouflaged into the background, so it's always like it can be a surprise sometimes, trying to see them. Okay, so this is where I'm gonna start using the grenades, so I can deal with some more of these bald dudes very quickly. Oops, there we go. There's another one. Oh, I somehow rolled the other direction. That's fine. Second grenade, and there we go. Okay, we're about to meet our dad. There we go. And we're just gonna jump over him. It's a bit faster. Normally he would say Junior, but we didn't get that. So shout out to Sean Connery, by the way. And now we have this level outside the castle where we do nothing but use our whip to swing from peg to peg. And it's exactly this. Make no mistake though, it's still possible to die in this level. I've lost a PB the other day because I died in this level from those traveling bullets. Yeah, I cannot recommend having that happen to you. Okay, that's it though. We are up. I still rolled it to that one dude. Okay, and now we travel with our dad to the Zeppelin. We're gonna go up in the air.
Let's go.
And there we go. For some reason there's guys throwing wrenches at us, because why not? Everybody's like, Indy, why are you here? Oh, that's funny. Usually there's an enemy appearing over there as well, and I use one of my grenades there to take him out, but like I said, there's this enemy swap thing that somehow happens sometimes, so that means that enemies may not appear in one part, and other enemies may appear elsewhere later. It's a weird thing. Just like down there, there's supposed to be, or there can be this soldier appearing as well, but we didn't see him. So now we go to this part what I've been sort of calling Flight Simulator 1938. So basically our steering our plane in Mode 7 style, and we try to hit a certain amount of airplanes, and you can just stay up top here. It's kind of a cheese strat really, but it also kind of helps you so you can see whatever is approaching you, which planes you can hit. As soon as one of the planes is approaching too nearby, they can hit you pretty quickly, so I have to still watch out for that, but otherwise it's not too difficult this level necessarily. I just keep shooting really. So let's see, there's 2 more to go, there's 1 more to go, and I think that will be the final one. Yeah, there we go. So that was the level. Normally speaking, our airplane is supposed to be taken down and we crash somewhere, but you don't see that. So we instantly go to Alexandria and we head towards the temple, because that's where the story takes us. There's a couple of dudes with vases who throw daggers at us, which is always wonderful to see. Ah, one of the guards didn't appear there. I try to jump over this one, usually. Let's see. gonna use this grenade here. I had an extra, so why not? So now we have this tank sequence that you remember from the movie, where, you know, it is in danger of riding into the cliff, so you have to make sure that doesn't happen. So we have to deal... Ow? Take that. That was from outside of the tank. But yeah, that is like a boss that takes only like 4 hits, so... Alright, now for the question, shall the penitent man pass? This is a series of trials. This is the temple, the Grail Temple that we have to go through. And funnily enough, it seems like it's sharing the same visual assets from the first level in a way. But except the background is a little bit different and there's some objects that are different. But this level can be a run killer too. There's lots of obstacles and challenges that you encounter, and I'm trying to roll here and there, but it's not always possible. So I'm gonna see. We also have these cycles with these things coming out of the ground, so I have to watch out for that too. Should be fine though. So you're gonna roll through here. Get some health. Always good. Oh, I'm not sure what hit me. But the controls could be a bit stiff sometimes, so if you try to, like, if you try to roll, it doesn't always respond. Okay, one more thing, I'm just gonna take damage from the front and I'll roll out of here. Alright, and there's one more level to go, and that's the final boss. So, we skipped the whole Holy Grail stuff, we're just gonna fight the skeleton that you see from Donovan, and that's gonna be our final boss. Time's gonna be as soon as I deal the final hit on him, so I should be getting ready for that. It's like, I think it's like 11 hits that you have to deal as soon as you're as soon as you've thrown a grenade. But that's the game. That is GG for Indiana Jones. Yeah, the leap of faith sequence isn't even there, and not even the part where you have to spell the word Jehovah and such. There's a couple of things that didn't make it in there, but I guess it's close enough. And of course, now they skip the whole sequence where, you know, you exit the temple, you just ride off into the sunset, and there's this dialogue, which I'm not sure is directly accurate to this scene, but they are talking about the dog. You know, who doesn't love dogs, right? Yeah, very crouching tiger, hidden dragon-like. That's true. Okay, I had some time losses, especially early on too. But yeah, it's still okay, I guess. I've been trying to get a sub 29 on this, and that's a tough one. Like, if you die once, you can already lose the run to that, or lose the PB to that. But I'll definitely take this for a marathon for sure. So I'm definitely happy with this time. And now they tell you to try normal mode or hard mode because easy is too easy. Somehow. So, yeah. I've never done runs on normal or hard mode, but like I said, the differences are mainly that you know, enemies become a bit tougher and such. And I think you have fewer lives too. I'm not sure. It's been a while since I played in that difficulty. Okay, I'm gonna take a brief break and I'll be switching over to my next game, which will be Skulljagger Revolt of the Westigans. So stay tuned, I'll be back with more and we'll be having some sword and bubblegum action, so hope you're ready for that.